Welcome everyone back to the UK Journeyman Save. In today's episode we have our transfer special here at Manchester United. We obviously joined mid-season, so it's our first proper transfer window, our first summer transfer window anyway with the club. We joined in January, so it was a little bit different, but we've already done a lot of the work, but we have got some end of season stuff first before we get into it. So we've got our objectives for next season. The board want us to stay in the wage budget, should be pretty easy, it's quite a generous budget, and grow the reputation, and then they also want us to just get in the Europa League. So some form of Europe next year would be ideal. I think we can get top 4, but we obviously didn't get that this season. We'll obviously accept that. This season we finished 8th, which I think is probably not going to be any form of Europe. We'll see though, you never know. I think sometimes there's some weird stuff happens where teams get extra spots and what have you, so I think there's still some competitions to be played, so maybe we might get a Conference League, but it's probably unlikely. Everything else, though, we will just obviously confirm, and yeah, whatever. We've got some other stuff. So coming into the window, we've got a team of 20 senior first team players. There is a bunch of players out on loan at the minute, 14 players exactly, out on loan. Probably none of them are going to be good enough, but we'll obviously review them all individually. Well, not individually. We'll look at some of them when they come back. So we'll have a much clearer idea of what we've got in the squad. They're probably sitting down in the under-21s. They are. I think the only couple who are probably of any interest is Nicky Echeverri. Probably not going to be good. I mean, he's got a bit of potential. He is only 21. Might be someone we probably just loan out again, to be honest. The only other one who's anywhere close to the first team is Eric Martel. He's 3 stars of current ability. He's out of contract next season. I'll probably try and sell him. He went out on loan to Everton this season. As you can see, he's never really been very good for us. Obviously, this was before my tenure. He is on big money, though. But if we could get anything, even just 10 million for him, just any kind of money for him, would be a bonus. We have already done a ton of transfers. We'll talk about the exits and the incomings and outgoings. So going out the door, Riccardo Calafiori is going to go to West Ham on the 16th of June for 45.5 million. He was very much just a rotation player. Obviously signed for United for 64 million a couple seasons ago. Probably not really good enough. At 32, he's not going to get any better. He's only going to get worse. He's only 3 stars of current ability, so to get 45 million for a 32-year-old is pretty good. So I'm quite happy with that. Bidstrup is leaving the club at the end of the season. Capriel, the backup goalkeeper, he is going to Leverkusen for 7 million, and then Varela is going to Racing Club in Argentina for 22.5. He was in the squad. He's not very good. So the fact that we've been able to get that much money for a championship level player is crazy. We did actually pay a lot of money for him. He was doing really well in Porto, formerly of Boca. Why Racing Club have so much money to waste on him, I don't know. But he's going, and then, yeah, we rejected a bid for Højlund. There's every chance he could go in the summer. So a couple big fees coming in. I'm quite happy with that. We have signed a whole bunch of players. So the first one is Jose, a 25-year-old Spanish defensive midfielder. He's going to join us on a free once his contract at Villarreal is finished. He's actually he's on loan at Villarreal, but he's actually contracted to Atletico. He looks really good. It's a position we definitely need some more bodies in. Another one coming in on a free is Enzo Milot. He is a 31-year-old French player. I think it's only a 1-year deal we've signed him on. He's just going to be a rotation option out wide, and also can play a DM. Barges signs another one, a 1-year deal. He is out of contract at Porto. Probably regret that one now. He's probably not that good. But we'll bring him in. It's only a 1-year thing. If he's not very good, then we can just keep him as a rotation. One player we've spent a bit of money on is Patrick Ngoma. We've paid 21 million up front with 30, but it can rise to 34.5. He is a 24-year-old DM from France. He is 4 stars of current ability from PSG. I think he's played for Nice and then went to PSG for 37 million. So the fact that we're getting him for less than that is quite good. And why he was out of favour at PSG, he's probably not good enough for them, but he looks really good. I think he's someone who's quite big. He's quite strong. I think he's going to be a really good tackler. Well, not a good tackler, but just a good player in that defensive midfield position. Works hard. His physicals, everything just looks really good. So I'm really happy to get him in. Could be the new Kante. Another one for PSG. He's going to be our new backup goalkeeper with Capriel leaving. Hassan Demoyle, or Demolly is a Belgian goalkeeper who's at Westerlo. Again, went to PSG for money. They've never really played him, mostly just played in the backup side. He's actually quite good. He's got a bit of potential, so if we ever lose our first team choice goalkeeper, he'll definitely be a good backup. He's happy to be a backup as well. And then the last one joining us is 20-year-old Mexican wonder kid Alberto Garcia. He's a striker, pretty big. I mean, he's not pretty big, but he's got a big jumping reach. He's formerly of Pachuca, scored quite a lot of goals for Cruz Azul, and we haven't spent too much for him. I think it's 50 million and an extra 3 million after 50 games, so really not too much. So we still have a lot of money left. I think with the budgets, we haven't got an exact number yet, but it'll be something like this. So we've got at the minute, we've got 120 million in the transfer budget and 950k in wage. So we'll see what happens once we get into once we get our proper budgets. I don't know if we have got them, so that might be the budget. Currently, we're 61 million in the hole, but we've got a 218 million coming in sponsorship. We'll also get some money for other stuff as the season goes on, like season tickets and what have you. So we're okay. We do have a lot of debt though at the club, which I'm kind of just ignoring. I guess we just pay it off monthly. Yeah, we pay about just under 2 million off a month. So it's quite a lot of money, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna go crazy this year. I think we're gonna try and obviously sell a few more players anyway. In terms of the players who are currently contracted, obviously Calafiori's going. And Bidstrup will be going as well. Everyone else is tied down. I think I'm going to keep Chris Gray in the squad. I like him. I like having a youngster in the squad. Other than that, I don't think there's too much else we really need to have. I think everyone else is pretty good. Malik Torv to come back in. But other than that, yeah, I think this is probably the squad. I think we definitely need some fullbacks. I think we probably do with another centre mid. We've already got some wingers and DMs coming in. So probably a striker, a centre back, and a right back, I think. And a left back. Left back, right back, striker, and centre back, I think is the main thing. But definitely a striker. We definitely need improvement in this area. Whether we go out and get one, I guess we'll just have to see what's available. In terms of the players who are kind of just rotation, if we got like an offer for Divac, we'd probably let him go. He's the kind of player where, he's only got a year left on his deal. We might look to move him on. Xavier, he's got a bit of potential, but we're not really seeing it. So, I mean, if we got more than what we paid for him, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, so I think those are the three leaving. We obviously got players coming in as well, so I guess we'll know more about what we've got once we do. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the squad as is. I think it just needs a couple bits of real quality in certain positions. So somehow we have actually got Europa League. We've got Conference League, sorry. So I'm really happy with that because I really wanted us to be in some form of a European competition. So for some reason, we've got the Conference League. I don't really know why. We got a top 8 finish. I don't know how that gets us in the Conference League. Yeah, I don't know. But we've got lots of money coming, as you can see. Yeah, okay. We got a big tax bill, but we made no new deals, but we got our money in. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we've got our money in though, which is good. So the club is looking a lot healthier financially. But yeah, we've got a Conference League, so I'll definitely be taking that seriously. I definitely want to win that. How does this work? Oh, God knows. I think we're in the playoff, though, so we'll have to play a playoff. We should win that, so hopefully we can win the playoff. But yeah, I don't really know how it's worked out, how we've... it's fine. So Champions League's gone to top 5, and then Europa League 6th, and then 7th. I don't know. I wonder if we look at the other competitions. So West Ham won the FA Cup, and they did finish in the top 8. Yeah, they finished 7th, so that Europa League goes to them. But they were already in the conference, so maybe that's what's knocked it down. I don't know. All I need to know is we're in the Conference League. Brilliant. So this is not ideal. The goalkeeper, Bruno Torres, has come to us and wants to talk about moving as he feels it's the only way to play him in the Champions League. Well, we're not going to be in the Champions League. Bigger team. Not going to find him a new club. I want to say like we'll be in the Champions League next season. If Rishi coming to me, I knew you'd probably want to win. No. No. I don't really. Hmm. Uh, I want to say that we'll be in the Champions League next season. Right, well, I guess I'll just have to say if someone comes in for a bid with him, a reasonable bid. I mean, yeah, I want like a lot for him. Okay, well, if someone offers 104 million, they can have him because we've already got this guy coming in anyway. So if someone wants to offer 104 million for Torres, then I guess they can take him. I don't think anyone's. He's very, very good. I like Torres. I mean, he's not been that great, but I do like him. I would definitely want to keep him in the squad, but he may get over it once we do well next season. I'm sure we'll do better next season. But if someone wants to pay 104 million for him, we only paid 15. We'd let him go. Of course, we'd let him go. I would have let him go even without that talk. So hopefully he doesn't kick off, but any further. No one else kicks off any further. But yeah, not great. Well, some of the signings are starting to leave and come in drip feeding over the summer. So Calafiori's went to West Ham for 45.5 million. Very West Ham signing. That signing a good player well past their prime. And we've signed these players, which basically, I mean, this one exit basically covers this, and we're selling a 3-star player for more than what we've brought these in. So Ngoma, Demoyle, and and Garcia all come into the club. He looks very good, doesn't he? I think we've got a new player up front. I think we've already found our striker. He's very, very physical. His technicals are rubbish. So maybe we need to be a little bit more careful with him rather than just starting him in every game. But yeah, he's been scoring plenty. Well, scoring a decent amount in Mexico. So hopefully he comes in. We haven't paid too much for him, but he's on a long contract. He's not on too much money. Good signing. Demoli. I mean, if we get an offer for Torres, I'm happy keeping him. He could easily just be the first choice. He's very good for a backup as well. Happy to be a backup. I'm sure he was a cup goalkeeper. So we'll play him in the conference. We'll play him in the cups. But the league's obviously going to be Torres. And then later in those competitions, we'll obviously put the main man back in. And then Goma, we've got our new DM, so he looks really good as well. I think we've done some shrewd business already, if I'm being honest. So another one in the door, bit of a controversial one. We've signed Gilberto Mora on a free transfer from Manchester City. So he's moving very, very shortly across the city. Probably doesn't even have to move, the lad. He is a Mexican 25-year-old attacking mid. We don't really play with the number 10, but he can play on either side of the wing. So definitely bringing him in as a good option there. But we got him on a free transfer. He is formerly of Tijuana in Mexico. Went to the City for 7.75 million. Been never really in the side. Went on loan to Newcastle. Barely played for them. He doesn't look great. He doesn't look amazing, but we're getting him for free. He's got potential. I think he's probably got more potential than it looks. But yeah, he looks like a decent player, good technique, some decent physicals as well at 5'6". I think he can definitely play out wide. And at worst, we can retrain him to be DM. He's probably not a DM. He's definitely a winger. We've got a new winger. I think he'll just be a good rotation to have. We might have a couple too many wingers, so we may look to move someone. But I think for a free, it's a pretty good deal. And if he's rubbish in a year, we can just sell him on. So we've had a 16.25 million bid for Xavier from a Saudi team. So he's someone who come in, I think, from Real Madrid. Yeah, we paid 14.5 million. I think it was an initial loan with a mandatory buy. He's not been great, I'll be honest. I've played him in a couple of games. I think he scored an important goal once. He has got potential, but he's just not really getting better. I don't think he's going to get enough game time to really realise it. So we're going to sell him on. We're going to accept the offer anyway, and hopefully he does move on. But yeah, I think we've probably got a few too many wingers coming in anyway. I don't think he's that good. Yeah, he's got potential, but I just don't think he's going to get the game time here to realise it. So hopefully he plays a lot in Saudi and gets for it. We are trying to sell Divac as well. Not been too much interest just yet, but there is a couple clubs who are interested. So we'll, of course, ask again, get some intermediaries on the case. There we go. So we should get an offer for him pretty soon. And we'll just offer him once again out on the transfer room. But yeah, just not going to be good enough for us. I don't mind him, but his potential's kind of gone down. So I think it's best to try and move these players on. At the minute, the squad's a little bit light, I won't lie. We've obviously got these players leaving us or plan to leaving us. So we've only got this at the minute. It is a little bit light, but there's still a couple more to join us when the window opens. So once the July window stuff opens, we should have more in the squad. So we've reached the 30th of June and a few things have happened. So a couple players have been released. So Bidstrup, Wensley, whoever that is, a couple of youth players. So mostly just Bidstrup really of the first team. He's gone. We've obviously got everyone who's out of contract next year, which is fine. Same with that. We've got all our youth players back. So we'll go through, we'll take a look at the under-21s, see if there's anyone here. Well, once they're actually officially back, we'll see if there's anyone here we actually want to get involved, who we might want to loan back out, and who we'll just try and sell, I guess. So now we've actually moved on a day. A couple of things have happened. Apparently Martel already had a deal to join Everton. I didn't know this, so we don't have to sell him on. He's already gone. It was a loan with an obligation to buy. He didn't do very well, so I'm happy to get money for him. So happy with that. Someone else, I think we loaned out him. I remember Harvey Morgan, so he went out on loan, barely played, an option and mandatory to buy, 6.5 million. So happy with that. I don't know who you are. I guess we just got a bit of money for it. Xavier's left. We actually lost 40% of the deal. I didn't realize we had that clause on him. I probably would have just kept him had I known that. But anyway, we've lost probably money on him, to be fair, because 6 million, yeah, so we probably lost money on him. But that's fine. It is what it is. Capriles went to Leverkusen, so he's done. We've signed 4 players, so here they are. So Jose's in. He's someone who can play DM. Doesn't look amazing. He's a good Premier League player, though, so he'll be a decent rotation option in that position. Probably 4th choice, being honest. Moore is in on a free. Not a bad player. Got some potential. He actually counts as homegrown as well, which I didn't realise. That's really good. He counts as homegrown because obviously he came through City's academy young enough to count as homegrown. I was a bit surprised by that, but that's good. So at least he counts as a homegrown player, so he can come in, obviously a backup option on either wing. Borja Sainz, yeah, just a 1-year deal. Again, just a rotation player. And Enzo Milot can play a DM. He can also play a wing. Again, a couple years deal on a free. It's not the end of the world. We've had a loan for this guy. I guess you can just go out on loan. I don't really care. Someone we're trying to sign has been offered a deal. Looks like the players from the Premier League have been released. Are you any good, Kevin? You don't look very good. What about Zaire Emery, the PSG lad? He must be decent. He's not really. Who is he playing for in England? Liverpool. He was barely playing for them. I thought these lads might be a little bit better. Keane Lewis Potter? No, he's rubbish. I guess you're probably rubbish as well. Yeah, not rubbish, but just not good enough for us. So, it doesn't look like there's anyone going to be on a free. That's going to be too interesting. But we are trying to sign this guy. But, yeah, he doesn't want to come, I don't think. We've offered more money than... For some reason, yeah, we've offered more money than Inter have. But he wanted loads of money. We also had a deal for Kvaratskhelia. Accepted, but he wanted £400,000 a week. So, that's not going to happen. We did get a deal for Patrak eventually done. It's 40 million up front with some like installments that'll never come in. He is a very, very, very good looking winger. Leading Premier League player. He's out of contract, so he's probably going for cheaper than what he is. He's very good. He's been very good for Montpellier. As you can see, he's a very attacking fullback. A little bit on the shorter side, but yeah, he'll be definitely one of the players. Obviously, fullback's one of the positions we definitely need. And he would definitely be an upgrade on Dorgu on the left. We still need a right back. We still need some centre backs. I think other than that, we maybe need a striker. I'm going to probably chuck Garcia in over Hoyland and see how he does, because he's obviously a wonder kid with lots of potential. But we definitely could use another striker. It's actually a shout to maybe try and move Hoyland on. See it with he's only got a year left. I know we got a lot of money for him, but if someone wants to pay some money for him, let's see if we can get a deal done. Maybe not. We won't force him out. What about Etta E. Young? Do you have anyone interested in you? Because we probably don't need all of you. Looks like a couple would maybe take him. Would anyone pay? I mean, it's just, yeah, it's a loan. We don't want to force them out. They were happy to keep them, but it was only if there was an offer. So, a couple of players have got some interest as well. Jakob from PSG, Troop from Brighton. I mean, if they want to pay nearly his full valuation, I probably would. But I guess we'll just wait and see. We're not going to force anyone out, I don't think. We went through the under-21s and basically, yeah, we've listed most of them for sale. I think only one of them's gone so far. Obviously, we won't cover each and every one as they leave. But yeah, the first one out is Jairo Agamez. He joined the club for 1.6 million, went on loan to Wolves in the Championship, wasn't great, and then Al Nassr have paid 18.5 million for him. So no idea why. He has a little bit of potential. He's a big Colombian. I mean, he's got big potential, but he's just never going to realise it at this club. So we've moved him on. He never really got a kick with us, which is to fair. He's a Championship player, so we should have got him more loan time the previous regime, but they didn't. So we've made money on him. Happy enough with that. At the minute, we've still got plenty money. It's just we can't really find the players to spend it on. So we did finally get our man. So Serge Patrick is our new left back. He's a 24-year-old attacking French fullback. He's definitely better as a wing back, but within time he will learn to play left back. He's 4 stars of current ability, a good Premier League player. I would say probably a leading Premier League player. We paid 40 million for him. There is some extra stuff on it, but it's unlikely he'll ever actually. It's like player of the year and things like that. So unlikely he gets it, but you never know. We're not paying him too much. 135k on a nice long deal. There's a couple bits in there, obviously internationals and what have you. He's not capped for France, so I don't need to worry about that too yet. But he has got £102 million release clause, which is pretty big. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, he's going to be our new left back over Dorgu, which allowed Dorgu obviously to drop into, I guess, sort of a backup role. We still probably need another one. We've probably got a couple too many wingers, and we've probably got not enough quality on those wings. So yeah, trying to fit all these lads in is going to be a little bit tight, a little bit difficult, but I think we just about have a way of fitting them all in. I think it's maybe going to be players like Milot and Sainz that are probably going to miss out and probably be unhappy at the thought of it. So probably wishing I hadn't signed those two, to be honest. Honestly, I don't think Gray's going to get enough football. His potential's dropped a little bit. So I am unfortunately going to drop him back to the under-18 squad. It's probably for the best for him now anyway. We've got a bid for Divac. I don't think there's been anything else happen. Another player may have left. Yeah, Vareyes went through and a youngster went out on loan. So that's it so far. So we still got plenty of money left, even with that signing. 110 million, 325k in wage as well. So can definitely fit some more in. We're still looking for a centre-back. There's not really any good centre-backs out. We're still needing a right back and probably a striker as well. So another one in the door is Malik Diagu. Oh god, I shouldn't have signed him. Why don't I just call him Malik? Diaguraga. We'll just call him Malik. Malik is in for quite a hefty fee. We've paid a lot for this lad. There isn't a lot left going on in terms of better fullbacks than this boy. He is 6'1", big, strong, quick. Can tackle, good, yeah, just a good, solid defender. Not the best going forward, but when we've got the other guy on the other side who's not as defensively sound, but very good going forward, it's a nice balance. So he's a leading Premier League player, relishes big matches. Yeah, he's a good player. Sorry, I just ran up the stairs, fed the cats and then ran back up. So we paid 80 million for him. It's not all up front. Some of it is on deals in the future. I think it's 60 million up front. Or 80 million, I can't remember how much we paid for him, but we've paid a fair bit. It's 85 in total. 80, I think it's 60 million now, 20 in installments, and then a 5 million after so many games or something like that. Yeah, it's taken a good chunk out of the budget though. We're down, well, actually only to 104 million, 400k. I don't know how the budgets work there. Has this come through? Because we haven't, our bank balance hasn't gone down a lot either. Maybe it has. We've made 129. Well, we've spent 129 million. We must have made a fair bit in sales as well. Yeah, we're actually in a net profit. We have sold quite a few of the backups, quite a few of the under 21s. So them two come in for a combined 120 million pound for two fullbacks. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So this guy left to Damak. He was a youngster. I don't really remember him. He signed for 1.5 million. We've sold them on to Saudi for 25.5. So happy with that. That is the kind of deals we want to keep making. Divac's left the club. He's went to Hoffenheim. He came in for 7.25, left to Hoffenheim for 13.5. Just not going to be good enough. A backup left back. This guy, he was in the academy at Keenan Haywood, came through the academy, had a few loans in the championship. Never probably going to be good enough. So he went to Sevilla for 4.5 million. Youngsters went out on loan. Lebongo, another one that was from the academy, actually, this time. He's went to Aston Villa for 8.75 million. Katsuyuki Kondo is signed for 2.3 million. He's went to Damac for 3.9, so they didn't overpay for that one. And then the biggest one is Pajotto. He's also went to Villa, signed for 6.75, sold for 32.5. He was very good. He was decent for us. He scored a few decent goals, but I think we just probably have one too many there. So he's going to come in as our new right back. Wesley slots in there. So we've got a left back. We're new left back in, new right back. We definitely need a centre back to partner up with Estrada or Tor, and then look to probably move De Ligt on. Happy with Charles and Ngoma. I'm happy with the front four. I would like maybe another striker. That would be okay. So I think the main thing now is to find a centre back or a striker, and we've still got 100 million to work with. So we should be able to find someone, but it's easier said than done. So another one out the door is Ethan Truk. Actually, someone I quite liked, but we got a bid from Al Hilal for 24.5 million. As you can see, he did quite well under me. He got pretty much a goal contribution a game, but 24.5 mil for a player it's a profit. He's probably never going to be good enough. I mean, he could improve, but at 24, how much more is he seriously going to improve? So that means that Ahmad's going to be obviously our starting left winger, and then probably Milot, Mora. Well, Truk's gone. Sainz as well. They could all be leaving. We've had a bid as well for Wesley from Leipzig. I've accepted that as well because he's 220 grand a week. It is only a second choice right back. It's a bit much. So with the new boys coming in, we obviously have to get claw some of that money back. So we definitely can still afford a big striker, but it's just we just can't find anyone that isn't like £100 million and. I just feel very uncomfortable spending that amount on a striker. It just seems ridiculous. So, yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to bring anyone in. We're still looking for a striker, a centre-back, mostly a striker. But Garcia's doing well in pre-season, so I'm hanging my hat on him to be quite a good signing as just a youngster. So, hopefully he comes in and does really well. But, yeah, I think we're in a good position. It's just season preview-wise has us 6th. So I'd rather, I'm trying to get us in the top 4. We don't have anyone really in the Dream 11 except Jakob. So we are struggling a little bit. Not struggling, but we don't have anyone too good. So I don't think we're a top side just yet, but we're getting there. So just as we're getting near the end of the window, we've had 2 pretty big bids come in for 2 players. Real Madrid are in for Dorgu, and PSG have made an offer for Jakob. So Jakob would go, but he's just as happy to stay, which is good to know. And Dorgu pretty much wants to go. So I guess we'll deal with the Dorgu one first. He's got 2 years on his deal. He's going to be our backup. I think we probably try and bunch them up a bit if we take the league appearances off. So they offered... So I think if we want probably about 60 mil for him in total. Yeah, 40 mil up front, 20 mil in installments, so 60 mil for a 29-year-old backup left back. You take that. Then the Jakob one's interesting because we don't really have another winger. Do we have... Yes, we do have a percentage of payoff. So there would be some money going to Racing Club anyway. He is just as happy to stay, and we can't really... we can't push them up. So what I'd like to do is get maybe 110 mil up front for Jakob. But I don't love him, to be honest. The thing is just he hasn't been that good for us. He's such a good player, though. But look at the technicals. His technicals are rubbish. He can't pass. He can't finish. His mentals aren't that good. He's just very physical, and he's just a very good dribbler. I don't know. I really don't know with him. The problem is we've left it pretty late in the window. Ahmad can obviously go on the right, and we do have players who could fill in on the left, but they're not as good as Jakob. It's just a lot of money for someone who isn't that good. I'm going to reject it now, but if they come in and are willing to talk about it a bit more, then I would sell him for like more money up front so that we could go out and buy a replacement or buy a striker a big striker, big money on a striker. But yeah, the fact that money would be leaving the club as well, we'd only get about 52 million. So we'd have to pay him a bonus plus a fee to Racing Club, and they would also get a 3% as well. Yeah, we're just losing money over the deal. So yeah, we'll let Dorgu go because he wants to go. My captains, but we'll keep Jakob for now because we need more players. We've still got money to spend. It's not the money's not the issue. I just can't find a striker or a centre back who's good enough. So Dorgu is going to leave. He is going to go to PSG. So we're going to get, a little bit of money's going out on Dorgu, but nothing crazy. Obviously, he's been at the club a long, long time now, but he's going to go to Real Madrid. He joined us from Lecce for 27.5. So he's going for 60 million, which, like I say, for a backup left back, happy with that. PSG have also come in for Amad Diallo as well. He's a little bit of a different one because he's out of contract in a year's time. He is 32. And he wants to go to PSG. So this is one where I don't think they've offered enough, though. I mean, it's only... Oh, it's 10 million, but a million every game. It's 50 million. The thing is, he's homegrown at club as well. I just think they haven't offered enough. But I guess it's more like 50 million. Because he's going to play 10 games, isn't he? He's going to play 10 games. So I think we accept that. The fact that he wants, if he didn't want to go, I would be happy to keep him. But yeah, he wants to go. And I was keeping this one quiet, but I guess I've kind of just showed you this. We have put a big bid in for this guy, £103 million. It was his release clause. He looks very good. Paddy Moore, English as well, 6'1" striker, scored 28 Premier League goals. He's just all of a sudden became very, very good at Brentford. He's world class. He'd be homegrown. He's very good. We'd be paying a lot of money for him. But with the money we've already got, we've got 139 million plus 750k, so we can afford it. We've got Dorgu leaving for 60, Amad leaving for 50. We've also put in a bid for this guy, Kingsley Marty. He's 65 million bid, so I don't know if we're going to be able to cover all of this, but I imagine with these, so 60 million for him. So this pretty much covers Marty, and then we already had the money. We've also sold Wesley as well. Wesley's left the club, so he has went to Leipzig. 26 million, happy with that. It just means that's why we went in for Marty, because with Dorgu leaving, we don't have a left back or a right back, so this guy coming in can play either side. He could be a left back or a right back. He may even start at one of the positions. He may be better than what we've got, but he's a leading Premier League player at Frankfurt. He's came through the academy, played very well for them. Looks a real player, 5'9", very quick, decent defensively, decent technicals, mental's good, but yeah, physically a good player. So I think if we get these two in, it solves the striker issue. We may even move Højlund on to finance it. I guess we should try and probably find something for him now, whether we can or not. Either him or Etta E. Young, if we can try and find a bid for one of those two, whilst we're trying to bring in Mua, because they're definitely going to lose their spot. It looks like some teams actually will put bids in for Etta E. Young, so hopefully they're transfer bids. Didn't really read it properly, but yeah. Amad's going. We probably need a winger. I guess Mora can play there for now. Gilberto Mora, not a bad option. I guess Sainz and Milot might get more game time than we were expecting. So yeah, we're getting very close to the start of the season, but we'll hopefully have more done before we get there. So just one click on and Dorgu has left, so he's gone to Real Madrid. Hopefully he does, good stuff there. We've had a bid from Newcastle for Amad as well, but he has no interest in joining because we've already accepted a bid, which was less money than this actually, but it's structured a little bit differently. I think we're just going to reject this one. He doesn't really want to even join Newcastle anyway, so we'll just reject it. Unfortunately, the offers for Etta E. Young were just loans. And I don't think, they're all optional fees. So we're just going to reject these. They're not even paying his wage either. So we'll just reject them. He's someone we were looking at putting in a bid for because he looked really good. But I think the other guy can do both positions just as well. We haven't had a bid for him. because we tried to sign him, but they didn't want to even play ball. This guy has a release clause. So at the minute, we've still got a lot of money to spend. So I think we'll be able to afford both of them, probably. Ahmad going definitely frees up a little bit more money as well. But yeah, we should be able to, I think, afford those. 168 million, 425k. We've got 183. And then that's without these even going. So without even these leaving, we've got it. And then obviously we've got players who can probably come in. We probably can't sell Jakob now if we sell Ahmad. So they were definitely, obviously PSG were definitely looking for a winger. But yeah, overall, I think we've done really good business. So hopefully we can get those two in the door before we get to the start of the season. But even if we don't, we're not in desperate need. We've got good players at the minute anyway. So Kingsley Marty is in. He's a 22-year-old elite fullback, 3 stars of current ability, 4 stars of potential. So he's actually going to get better as well, which is good. Only 110 grand a week. He's a good Premier League player. He's naturally a right-footed right back, but he can play. He's reasonable with his left foot. He can play left back. So a lot of money for him, but he's someone who covers us really well in both positions. Like I say, he could play on the right, he can play on the left just as well. So someone who can cover both fullbacks will definitely be getting lots of game time, you would assume. So he comes in. This is our... No, I don't want the Conference League. I want the Premier League one. Marty, get you in, son. Yeah, we need more homegrown players. So hopefully Mua comes in. That should free up. That should add another position there. Is registration closed? Surely registration's not closed for the Premier League. No, it's open. Yeah. 22 days. Yeah, so we can still get more in. And we've still got the budget for more. So we've still got 117 million. We need Mua to sign. We need Mua to agree. Well, we'll have to wait to see whether that goes through because we have reached the first game of the season. We're at away to Wolves and then we're at home to Nottingham Forest. So that will be our first games next episode. We haven't got our Conference League yet. I think we're playing some absolute minnows, so we'll definitely do that off camera. We should absolutely be I think it'll be like Shamrock Rovers or a team from Israel. We should be getting through that. So we're going to leave it there. Obviously, there's still some stuff in the air. Mua could still be coming in. I don't think anyone else has put a bid in for him. We're the only one daft enough to be spending this money on a player who's only just came good. Ahmad's potentially on his way out as well. I imagine that's going to go through. So at the minute, they're both still here. He looks good. Too expensive. And we're probably going to drop Ahmad for the first game, though, with him having that bid on. So this is the team I think we've got now. We've got Torres in goal, Diaguru, and then Demoli, as the backup. We've got Diaguru at right back with Patrick at left back. Marty can play either side. Tor, Estrada, and Delict is our centre-backs. Charles and Goma, Jose, all our natural DMs. Milot can also do it as well if needed. We've got Jakob and Mora on the wings. We've still got Ahmad at the minute, but that's likely to change. Milot can play on the wing, and so can Borja Sainz. And then we've got Garcia, Etta Young, and Hoyland as our natural strikers. I think a couple other players. Actually, no one else really can play there. So hopefully we get Ahmad sold. Hopefully we get Moore in. And this is starting to look like good side. Like I say, we are in the Conference League as well. Spurs have played their first game, beating West Ham 4-0. And hopefully we will get off to just as good of a start, which will be next episode. We're going to play both games and then hopefully also get these transfers aligned. But this was the transfer special. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all for more very soon.